Well, my friends are currently talking about Cowboy Bebop and other cartoons of the like. I am heading back into more of my bizarre adventures of Katawa Shoujo. God, I'm gonna laugh hysterically. Not that Don watches or listens to these episodes, but I'm just gonna... If he did, it's just gonna be hysterical. It's like, wait a minute. I remember that conversation about the cowboying bebopping. And he was playing this while we were having a serious discussion? Yes. God, we are nearing the end. I can't believe it. I can't. I'm gonna have a small mental breakdown. Why do I have messages on my phone? Yes. Okay. Oh, cool. Whatever. Let us continue, shall we? The last time that we were here, we sacrificed a small child to a very angry man that has a sword. And I still don't know who that couple is. I don't... Whose house are we in? You cannot tell me that this isn't a real photo of someone's real house. And I don't know what this is a picture of. I pay attention to the dumbest details in the backgrounds. Most of my books that I brought with me are... I missed dialogue, didn't I? I've been neglecting my sign language studies, so I should probably spend some time studying up on it. Although I think I've learned a lot just by osmosis. I remember that movie. His name was Jones. Oh, God, that movie. Actually, no. The movie was fun. You want to know what I should be groaning about? It's animated series. Oh, man, that show. God, like... My audience for this series is already, like, maybe 2 tops. And I think out of everyone, including myself, I'm probably the only one that remembers that show. I'm very proud of that. I was reading the dialogue. I'm not saying I was very proud of remembering the Osmosis Jones cartoon show. And we'll have to be careful not to... I swear I'm reading the lines. I'm not saying that I'm very proud and will try not to brag about me remembering the Osmosis Jones cartoon show. Most of the books I brought with me aren't manuals on learning sign language, but studies about different signing dialects. I know Shizune has some secret signals with Misha that the only 2 of them know the meaning of. After seeing a couple of them, this book caught my eye in the school library. Maybe I should incorporate some examples into my own signing, just to mess with them. Because I'm pretty sure that they've started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. That'll fucking teach them! I'm about near 4 minutes into this recording. I think I can start swearing before YouTube starts having an aneurysm. After a quick break for a shower, I resumed practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday, I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. It's still You crashed your fingers against each other pretty hard, and it still smarts. I keep saying that Hideki needs to go to some man camp. I think Hisao needs to go to some man camp. It's still smart, and I don't want a repeat of that to happen again. Speaking of man camps, still still looking like a magician's assistant. I hear knocking on the door behind me and turn to find Hideki standing inside the doorway, staring at me. How polite of him to knock, but usually you don't open the door first. What are you doing? I'm practicing my gang size. Grove Street for life, motherfucker. I'm practicing sign language. How long have you been standing there? 47 years. I did not see anything. That isn't the point. I don't even know what he means by that. It's not like I was doing something that I would be ashamed of to a person to have people see me doing. Although sign language must look strange to most people. Not really. No. Oh my god, is that just because I personally don't care and maybe it's because of the fact that I know some sign language. I was doing sign language to some of the guys at work. I was showing them the American Sign Language for vagina, which I'm pretty sure is universal. I don't know why I'm doing the sign language right now. I don't have my webcam on. But just know that if you ever need to know the American Sign Language for vagina, I'm your man. Also for bullshit. I'm brushing up on my sign language, and reading about it too. Stuff like the history of it, even though they cover it in sign language class. Your school teaches sign language as a class? Yeah, one of the first things they brought up was that it's not very common to do that. I guess we're very international or something. What? It looked fun. Well then sit down on the bed, you little scamp. I'ma fucking learn you something today. Would you like to know the American Sign Language for fuck you? It seems like it's something that would come in real handy with your pops. Well, I wouldn't call it fun. Well, it is kind of fun. If you do not enjoy this, it seems like a lot of work to go through. Just talk to my sister. Why does everyone keep saying that? And especially since you would fucking live with her. Wouldn't you want to communicate? God, this family. Hideki's mouth twitches like he's about to laugh, but he restrains himself. Come to think of it, he hasn't laughed once since I've met him. I could take it as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Laugh! This would not be the first time that I spun around angrily with my face expression turning very slightly from neutral scowl to slightly annoyed scowl and just demanding someone to laugh. Ellipses. Why? It was the fastest and most direct way I could think of towards accomplishing my goal. Can you teach me sign language? He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous, showing that he clearly needs to put some effort into to ask. I guess Hideki likes his sister after all. Well, how nice. I think Misha is a lot more approachable, though, so I wonder why he... You're wondering why someone didn't approach Misha, of all people, and ask them, hey, can you be more involved with my life? I am this close to dedicating the rest of my life to inventing a machine that lets me warp into different realities so I can smack Sao up the side of his skull. Secretly, I'm shouting, yes! Inside. I had thought he wanted to learn sign language and even brought it up, but he had evaded the subject skillfully. Turns out I was right after all. I don't really know why this makes me so pleased. Sure! But now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher. I don't even know where to start.
Where did Misha start with you, my boy? Try the ABCs. I'm getting very, very close to dedicating the rest of my life to inventing travel between dimensions and smacking my boy Hisao up the side of his skull. Does Hideki expect me to teach him anything usable in a one-day crash course? Yes! The ABCs! He can spell out his fucking words then! I'm getting very angry. And I don't know why. My teacher spent a couple of days just giving a history of sign language. The kid didn't ask for a history lesson. He asked for some basic sign language to use for his sister.
I decided to start off with that, to buy some time while I figure out how I can segue into the hard stuff. 5 minutes in, Hideki raises his hand. I don't understand what you are doing. My boy, I don't understand what he is doing. I'm gonna sit on the other side of the bed head from you to raise my hand, going, it's how I've got a question. Are you a fucknut? Well, I just knife hand my PC's monitor so goddamn hard. I've been hanging out with my other friends too much. I of all people should not be knife handing anyone. Well, you can't just jump into teaching, you know. What? Oh my god, I need something, here. I need something. My zombie survival guide from Max Brooks. Thank you. I needed you to smack something against my own head. Fucking what? It's easy to, it's like when you go swimming, you don't just jump in the lake like in some movie. Yeah, you do. You sink or swim. I do not swim. Well, guess where we're going afterwards? We're going back to the river! Oh my god, I should not be daddying this poor kid! It's like scientists managed to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, and childish qualities of a small child and then implant them into the dad, creating a raging jerk dad, and leaving behind Hideki. I begin to feel claustrophobic, despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room, and there's just 2 of us in here. It's all in my head, I know it, and I don't care. I still use it as an excuse to move the lesson outside. My god. Oh my god. Visual novel god. What? Like, I have to help this poor boy get laid every goddamn season. I've been successful. I don't know how I've been successful. I'm more successful in getting, like, anime protagonists laid than myself. I guide other people to a gift I cannot possess. Oh, this is so fucking pretty, though. Look at... Oh my god, I need my drink. Oh, here you are, baby. It's water. Calm down, people. It's cold, it's refreshing, and it's what I needed right now. I'm gonna have to end up sipping this throughout the rest of this adventure right now, aren't I? It's a lot easier to concentrate out here. Even the precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort my thoughts. There are no questions during this time. Hideki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. Bravo. Eventually, however, I start to realize that if I'm going to teach him anything, I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. The second there's an opening for it, he'll ask a question, which will lead to more questions. Then there's no end to it. You see, this never would have fucking sprout up if you just started with the basic ABCs. I don't think the kid gives a flying fuck about the history of it. The second time he asked me why a certain hand motion means what it does, and I have to reach deep into my memory to look for the etymology. I don't know about a jester. I only knew about a month longer than him. I started looking for it now. Hideki, let's take a break. Okay. What is your school like? It's like every other school except children are missing limbs. Which I'm only now thinking of in my head is metal as fuck. Tell you what, Hideki, if you ever wanted to make a zombie movie, look no further than Yamaku for your extras. I would like to take this time now to probably apologize to like 40% of the Earth's population. I do not completely load my brain before pulling the trigger and firing off my mouth. Should probably fire something off inside my mouth, but I don't think we have time today for my dark humor. This kid is like a little reporter, but it makes sense for someone his age to be curious. And this is one question I don't mind. What's it like? I never really thought about it. It's on top of this mountain, so it feels kind of isolated and lonely up there sometimes, even though that's also why it has a pretty great view. The students there are interesting. Actually, I felt bad at first. You know what kind of school it is, right? Yeah. I felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I don't remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. It probably was something like a school for crippled people would be a depressing place. They were telling me to go there before. I think my brain stroked. Hold on. They were telling me to go be forgotten there. Now that I'm thinking about it more deeply than not, does our boy Hisao really need to be in that place? Let's think about it. He has arrhythmia. Yes, he has a heart problem. It just means he would walk at a slower pace. There'd be no different methods of teaching him, right? Oh my god, same goes, like, what accommodation do you have? Oh, is it because, oh wait, no, never mind, I'm going to answer my own question. It's because of the army of nurses and other medically trained people on hand that a normal school would not. I answered my own question by giving it some thought. You see, boys and girls of the internet, even a butt-fucking retard like me can put 2 to 2 together if he takes a second and literally stops overthinking it. Long enough to overthink it to come up with the answer. Where was I in this sentence? Oh yes, I finished this sentence. Then everyone there was just living their lives, for the most part, so I felt even worse. It wasn't different at all. So I felt what kind of a jerk. Shizune was the first person I met. She's in most of my classes. Misha too. They're always together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There's this girl in my class, Hanako, whom I feel bad for. Best girl, by the way. I will drown this boy in that shallow pond if you fight me on that. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them. But I think she looks fine. She's a cute girl. And friends with Lily too. Close second best girl. Shizune is climbing up there for very close third. She's grown a lot on me, Shizune. When I first started this whole game series, I wanted to be loaded onto a crossbow with my fist pointed out in front of me. And I wanted Lily to pull the trigger and launch me at her blue-haired face. Times have changed. Now I wish to be loaded into a howitzer. And probably just shot into a black hole. But so long as Misha was blowing up before, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm going to continue. You know Lily, right? Does she bring up Hanako? Yeah, sometimes. I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. There's Rin, the collector. She collects things that are interesting. There's Emmy. She has no legs. I should probably mention Rin has no arms. But, oh well. Then there's probably the best, most interesting character out of the entire goddamn bunch. My boy, Kenji. Well, the only tragic of this entire series is that we will never get to know what really becomes of Kenji in the future. We have a little track star ace who runs on these prosthetics. There's this one girl, Ren, who doesn't have any arms, but she's a great painter. Well, our art has this harsh, alive quality. Have you ever been to Yamako? You've probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird sometimes, but I've always heard that artistic and creative types are like that. That reminds me, the guy who lives across the hall from me is pretty weird too, but he can be interesting, at least. You are also interesting. That, my dear child, is what we call a butt-fucking lie. Is that bad? And what's with that tone? What does that even mean? Are you saying I'm weird, Hideki? You talk a lot. Well, I can't argue with him. My first instinct is to go on the defensive. The more I think about it, he has a point. That's right. I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to. I think it's probably because all the time I spend around Suzune and Misha. Talking with them, I get caught up on all their circular logic and just how they do everything. I feel like I'm going to be drowned out or left behind. My sister can drown you out? It's not like she's literally talking over me and stuff, obviously. It's hard to explain. You have more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have to match it, but I want to. I think maybe your sister has that effect on people. Ellipses. Do you look up to your sister? He stares at me blankly, tense and confused as to how to react to the question. I will be better than Shizune. Well, you can already hear, so you got that going for you. Oh, your father wants more out of you, doesn't he? I'm not adopting this child. I don't care what the fuck you fanfics writers write. Better at what? You get 3 guesses, my guy. Your first 2 don't count. At everything. Like what? I can do magic. I don't know. I'm just tickled by my own voice acting of this kid. Just getting so aggressive. I can do magic tricks. Good. Your first trick is making Misha's hair disappear, followed by the rest of her. I will adopt this kid, and like I don't know how many children I'm going to end up like theoretically adopting by the end of my time on YouTube, but I will adopt this kid if he makes that fucking happen. Oh my god. You mean like... Oh my god, Isao. You mean like telling people you've got their nose? Or more like the kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out of your ass? I think Isao has been spending too much time with me because I was going to read that line like that. Whoa. He doesn't look happy. Someday I will see Hideki laugh. I might just try to calm the fuck down. Oh no. Oh, I thought it was Misha. My heart skipped a beat. And I don't even have the rhythmia. Oh my god, I was even told how to pronounce this dude's name. Okay, there's emphasis on pronouncing the first part. So Jigoro. Jigo. I am still probably doing it wrong. Please forgive me. I slow at learn. The back door flies open and Jigoro strides out of it, keeping his back straight and taking giant, slow, regal strides, like either a king or a huge jackass. I'm gonna go with the first. He's strutting about like a fucking king in his own goddamn palace, mind you. He owns this fucking plaza that we're doing our makeshift teaching segment on. He's gonna strut it. In his Hawaiian goddamn shirt and sword. I try to turn away, using the train of logic that I can't see him. He can't see me. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out, and he comes over so fast, it's like he appeared out of the air over my shoulder. Ho 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 ho! What's up here? What are you two doing? Flailing your hands around? Playing cat's cradle like a bunch of girls? I mean, I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you, $1.50 with you, King. I don't think I can ever look at sign language the same way again after that statement. I'm teaching Hideki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamachi? What are you up to this fine day? He narrows his eyes suspiciously, as if he's not used to people being polite to him. I am writing an autobiography of my life and times. And by writing, I mean I am dictating to my biographer. Unfortunately, she is running late. Unprofessional. Docker fucking pay, dude. You are the king. Perhaps you should read it when it's published later this year. I can put you on the waiting list. Maybe it'll give you the moral compass you seem to lack in your life, and inspire you to stop sucking. Is there a way I can get on this waiting list, Mr. Hakamichi? Because it sounds fucking flawless. It can't be sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone. Well, I'm very familiar with the goddamn type, Pasao. Have you not met me? Though Hideki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf, and most of the insults must fly over Misha's head. But surely Kira must have an opinion on this. I try not to think about it. If he is doing this to psych me out, then I have to stay calm or he wins. He must absolutely, definitely not win. This must be how Shizune feels. How old are you? It's an odd question. I'm pretty sure there could have also been a better way to phrase it. 46. Okay, he's chill about it. 46. Dude looks like he's 29. I look fucking terrible at 32. That doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. Dude. Let me take him behind the bushes here for a second, Mr. Hakabichi. Hold on a second. Write your goddamn shit whenever you want. Who the fuck said you gotta be 98 to write your goddamn biography? Shut the fuck up! Write your own biography! I'm gonna write... I had to stop myself from slamming my poor desk. This poor thing is broken. It's literally being held up by tape. I'm gonna start writing my own fucking biography. I'll teach y'all. Don't most people start writing their memoirs a lot later in life? Yes, most. This king obviously is not most. Take a hint. Start wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I start wearing my Hawaiian shirt. Shut up, boy. I'm going to give you advice. Do not talk about matters of age with people older than you. You are less than half my age. You have no right to talk about old. I have an ulcer older than you. He's absolutely fucking right. Hisao, shut your goddamn mouth. Do what you're told. This guy and I would probably get along famously. He should get that checked out. Or he's going to be a man and live with it. Because that's what you do. I've had a hernia for the past 6 years, and I've been ignoring it successfully. I have not. I do not, please. No. No. I will continue to be honest. if I did have a hernia, I probably would ignore it, because that's what I do. You bottle all the pain up inside, people. He is definitely older than I am. Either way, even if we are the same age, I wouldn't have to explain myself to you, Sweater Vest. Okay, he came off as a bit of a jerk that had me very uncomfortable. The whole family's growing on me. They're all lovable in their own way. They're all great. I fucking love... Fucking Ronin Warrior over here. Goddamn. Ugh. Well, stop wearing a sweater vest, dude. Why do you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously. Good. Your sweater is terrible. And I want you... Your sweater is bad and you should feel bad. The burn tells me it's working. I like my sweater. I'm sure you like huffing glue, too. That doesn't make it right. Oh my god! This dude's a fucking savage! I don't huff glue. Where'd you get that impression that I do? That is slander. I wonder how Deki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro is a lawyer. I can sort of see that, although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. I don't know if I should take the chance to ask if that's his job. He's right. It is slander. Are you a lawyer? I was guessing. I guess based on the fact that you were stupid. Alright, who wrote this man? Who wrote this man? Oh my god. It's like, how are you assuming I'm a lawyer? Except you have no reason to think that. If you want to know what I do so badly, why don't you pre-order my autobiography? He must be part salesman, or politician. Now you're insulting my book, and by extension, my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant. I'm trying to think how I can make you understand my struggle. Maybe by beating you. With my autobiography. I think Jigoro's starting to contend for best girl in this game. I'm sorry. I hope you walk away from the beating having learned a valuable lesson. Like not making assumptions. I actually legit want to read this dude's book now. Assault. Oh, fuck. But he made an assumption, too, that I huffed glue. I consider calling him out on this glaring example of hypocrisy, but I don't think it's worth it. He would probably explain his way out of it by saying, "Shut up, boy!" Back in my day, children were seen and not heard. Here, fucking here! And to be an adult meant having experienced many hardships. With even a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. Childhood existed only to temper you for adulthood. When you look at me, can you not see the catalog of my experiences even at a glance? Maybe. Were you a sword fighter? You could also be Hawaiian. And a werewolf. Oh god, I've had people... That feels like a personal attack, Katawa. I've had people look at me and thought werewolf. Fuck. Wait, didn't you tell me before not to make assumptions? Now you just asked me to assume stuff. And you're saying everyone when you were at my age did it. And that had to be in, like, the 80s? That wasn't even that long. Oh my god, the 80s. When did this game come out? Because I can rest assure you that as of right now, at the time of this recording and publishing of this video, that the 80s was a fucking long time ago. I'm ready to give him a piece of my mind for talking like he had to walk 15 miles in the snow to ride a coal train, that he had to shovel coal into himself before climbing up a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school. But now that I finally want to fight, Jigoro was happy to have good thing. Jigoro was happy to have a good thing going, just continuing to ramble about how difficult it was growing up one generation ago, twirling his sword like a baton and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. The tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me, he must have been doing it just to pass the time. To add insult to injury, this watch is also really nice. When I was your age, kids had responsibilities. Not like today. Sickening. No one thinks about the consequences of their actions anymore. They just do whatever they want, thinking no one will hold them accountable since they're young. It's odd, that description could fit Shizune and Misha. I thought something similar only yesterday. But it only fits them slightly. Look at yourself, an immoral, directionless, delinquent glue huffer, with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. Is this the future of this once great country? This dude is also based as shit! I know someone you would get along with. Famously, his name is Kenji! Don't interrupt! Who? One of your friends? Why would I want to talk to some awful teenager? Have you ever been listening? Why are you so rude, boy? Your attitude is not one that will make you a lot of friends. I wish you would stop giving me so much advice. Or at least I wish he would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself. Where have you been? I've been right here. Where have you been? Huh? Not you, idiot. Oh. Hello, Shizune. Of course I was legitimately confused that it would be Shizune. Just remembered, father never wanted to even bother with sign language. So... Oops. I didn't notice you there. Shizune smiles and gives a short wave. Our rival made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm already happy to see her for that reason alone. Misha and I decided to go into town again. Hisao, I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in a store window, and I thought I would go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise, though. Honey, I don't think there's anything left in this entire game that could surprise me at this point. She looks annoyed that the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined it herself. Here you go. Thank you. Misha wanted to cut her hair. I told her not to, but she said it was too hot. What, she had a fourth drill? That wouldn't really make sense in terms of cutting. Yeah, I don't know. That makes a lot of sense to me. It must be like an oven under there. She fucking did it? Am I gonna need a stronger drink? Oh, God. Over here! Hi, He-Shan. Hi, Mr. She-Shan's father. Hi, Hideki. Oh, God! I just spit everywhere. Drinks was bad idea. I have to physically reach out and touch my computer. What? Is that her? That can't be her. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I feel like a part of me is dead. I feel like a part of me just died. What? This should be why? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. How could... Oh god. This is the last season. This is the end of this. This is the show, the sign of the ending of this series. The hair is gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I need a lap. I need a lap. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.